What are we here for? What do you truly want? When change is not enough, what do you do? What are we here for? What do you truly want? When change is not enough, what do you do? Let's talk about it, the problems we face. Let's fight hatred, no time to waste. The mind is naked, we can see it without an X-ray. Life is easy if we work together. We're the keepers, we're the people, we all equal, filled with purpose. The past has pain, it'll drive you, even make you take aim. But together is where we should aim. Together is where we should. What are we here for? What do you truly want? When change is not enough, what do you do?
Listen to the Be Forever Cool podcast. My name is Rexy, Fortyfive, and welcome to the show. The motorcycle season, depending on if you're in the kitchen chefing it up, is about to kick off. I'm excited. This round, the first round for World Superbike is in Phillip Island. I know the gang is ready. So, without no further ado, let's get this thing going. TJ, man, welcome to the show. What's good, man?
What's going on, Rexy? How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm in the now.
Sounds man, I'm just so ready for this winter to be over. Living up northeast, the snow's not melting. I feel like I'm just, we're almost there. Just reaching for that time to get on the bike. It's going to be finally our time. You guys are fortunate down south to still start up the bike and hit the streets or whatever. But, I just can't wait. And now that we got racing up on us, I'm excited. So.
Yeah, I'll say I'm not hitting the streets as much as I'd like, which is the downside. Because of just being busy, and it's what it is. Though I'm not going to complain. I am definitely more fortunate than when I was up north for sure, being able to ride the bike. And I did put some carbon wheels on the Panigale and took it for a ride this past weekend. And listen, man, I wish all my bikes had carbon wheels. That's all I know. They shouldn't make bikes without carbon wheels. They are the business. But let's talk about the business of motorcycle racing, and we'll keep this going. Reese, man, welcome to the show, man. How you doing, man? What's good, man?
What's good, man?
You guys run carbon wheels in Motor America?
Nah, can't use no carbon wheels. Craig.
You replacing them after every session?
That would be a costly thing, man. No, I wish, man. Not really. I mean, it's a little. We don't use carbon fiber wheels though. No need. I mean, we bend up enough wheels. We bend up some rims now.
You find performance in other places besides the wheel.
Yeah, but I think I only know the rules will allow us to actually use carbon fiber.
No,
yeah, look.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think wheels got to stay stock.
No, stock wheels has got to be on the stock on. They used to be on the stock 1000 class. I know we use the lightweight wheels. And we use Aussie wheels.
Okay. Yeah, nice, man. So how you doing, man? What's good, man?
Hi, man. Just good to be home for a little bit. Enjoy the nice 70-degree weather. I'm not like TJ up there freezing, in the snow.
Yeah, man. It is definitely nice to be down here. Is it weird coming off the road after being on the road for a while? Or you just been doing it long enough that once you get out of the rig, you flip a switch in, you put your glasses on, and you're not Clark Kent.
I mean, kind of. I mean, it feels like coming home is like being on vacation almost. Like you be like, man, what's new around here? Let me go check out. You're like, Jesus Christ. You talk to your wife, you talk to your kids, and you're like, man, where am I missing?
Yeah. No, it's a different animal. I don't think most people can appreciate that. The racing lifestyle. It's not the same as us going to work every day, 9 to 5, and coming home. It's a different kind of commitment.
It is. I wish I could be home every day, man. Trust me, I enjoy it. It's nice to be in your own bed and own shower. That's the beauty part.
Yeah. I mean, I know that from the racetrack, going racing for sure. It's definitely nice to get back home and stop living out your suitcase.
Right. It's just the little things, man, where you ain't got to wear shower shoes to go take a shower sometimes and the truck stops.
See, I don't even know about that. They got shoes for that. That's a whole different level. We're going to have to talk to the Attack Yamaha boys and have them build you a shower inside that trailer, man.
I wish, man. Trust me, I wish. Boy, it'd be nice to have a shower some days inside the truck.
Listen, man, that's the one thing for me. Having a shower inside my trailer is like, some of these tracks that you go to is, you're walking in there with your slides on, in my case, and shower. And so it's definitely nice to have that. Well, let's keep it moving. Lewis, man, what's good, man? I know you built a trailer, so you got that indoor outdoor shower going?
No, I don't have an indoor outdoor shower going. Still using the old whatever track is providing shower. Just make sure you bring your slippers, because those floors are extra funky in some of those places, and you don't want to come home with some new growth on your feet that wasn't there when you left.
And as long as it's not raining out, you're good.
Yeah. So no, I usually will use showers in most of the tracks. Most of the tracks actually have pretty decent showers, to be honest with you. There's a couple that have little sketchy showers, but they've gotten better over the years. I think my next move, if I end up getting either a toy hauler or like a legit camper home, then I'll be set.
There you go. Listen, man, that's the next step. Baby steps. Speaking of, guys, I mean, it's race week. I mean, you guys excited? It's World Superbike. It's in Phillip Island. There's already a couple of riders that are injured from pre-training or testing. We'll go around the horn real quick and talk about, how you feel about the season starting. I think TJ touched on it a little bit. I mean, you're taking time off to watch practice and qualifying, TJ?
I'm gonna fit that in my schedule somehow. So if I have to take a break, I'm gonna try to soak it all in until we get a lot more racing going. But yeah, I'm just excited to see the former MotoGP rider Miguel, to see what he can do on the BMW after what Top Rock did, and see what Ika Lacomona can do out there. And obviously, I always root for Garrett Gerloff and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just excited. I'm just excited to see what these manufacturers can do this year.
Okay, that's what's up, man. We'll go around the horn. Reese, man, what are your thoughts, man? I mean, I know you're in it yourself on the American side, but are you as locked in watching World Superbike and MotoGP?
Oh yeah, I mean, you're always locked in. You always see how their bikes stack up, to see what the specs are, to see how everything's running, and of course, I'm always rooting for my boy over there, Garrett. It's funny because I started with him when I started with Yamaha. That was my first initial rider. So, I mean, we go far back, and so I'm always rooting for him. So I'm definitely interested in see what's going on and see what happens.
Nice. Lewis, man, what are your thoughts, man? I mean, it's a business. It's the beginning of the season. I know you're gonna be looking at the numbers to see if it's gonna start off with the crowd growing and all that fun stuff. We're gonna talk about the Harleys in MotoGP down the road. But what are you looking to see this first round in World Superbike?
I mean, first attendance would be the first thing, because I think you saw the news that it looks like this will probably be, or next year will be, the last year that MotoGP will be going to Phillip Island. And if it's the last year the MotoGP is going to Phillip Island, I don't know if the days are long for
World Superbike to be going to Phillip Island. Maybe they do because they're owned by the same entity, so the entity maybe only wants to have one event at Phillip Island, make it World Superbike, and then bring MotoGP somewhere else. So it'd be interesting to see what the turnout's going to be, what the weather's going to be, because Phillip Island is one of the most unpredictable tracks when it comes to weather, unfortunately, because where it's located. And then then the big question is going to be like, how big an ass whooping is Bulaga going to give everybody? Because without Toprak there, like, is this guy going to walk away with the championship? Is anybody bringing anything to the table? Everybody's saying that Oliveira is looking good, but on the opposite side of the paddock in the same bike, Petrucci is not saying the greatest things in the world about being on the BMW. And him not on the BMW is a big thing. And on Ducati, is the guy in the box next to Bulaga going to actually bring some competition to Bulaga, or is he just going to be somebody else that's just running interference for Bulaga to just walk away with the championship? Because realistically, looking at last year, we've spoken about it. Last year was the Toprak Bulaga show, and now one of those two guys isn't there. So now it's really the Bulaga show. If he really wants to lay down the law, I mean, he could probably wipe the field pretty quickly. And if he's smart, he won't, because then Dorna will step in, or World Superbike will step in and reduce his RPMs or something to penalize him for being so good. So maybe he'll throw one race here and there just to not get penalized. I mean, it sucks, but that's how you play the game.
I think you covered the whole season in the
first 30 seconds.
Come on, man. We got to give them a reason to come back and watch. We can't tell them don't watch. Just go celebrate and buy champagne because Ducati's going to take it. Well, I'm going to throw this out to Reese and to TJ. We'll start with TJ. You heard Lewis mention Phillip Island. MotoGP is going to lose that. And, I mean, we look at Assen, and Assen's been around from the beginning of the GP racing era from 1949. I don't know exactly how long Phillip Island's been there, but Phillip Island is an iconic track. We have plenty of memories of that. Is this a good look for MotoGP or the folks that are operating MotoGP today to remove that track from the calendar? Start with TJ.
I mean, that is an iconic track. I mean, just the way the riders ride that, the lines on that track is fast flowing, exciting, hard to pass, but you still can make passes. I mean, I guess it comes down to ownership and keeping up with the bills and stuff like that. But I think they should find a way to still keep that on the calendar. If they do take it away, I don't like the idea of the street race. Sounds a little weird. Definitely gonna have to see a layout on that. So I don't think that's a good substitute. I think they should find another track. Like, I know there's a couple tracks that they discontinued, like Argentina, Termas. They've gone and stopped racing there and gone back. But yeah, I just don't think it's a good idea. I think they should somehow still continue to be at Phillip Island.
Okay. Reese, what are your thoughts, man? I mean, I haven't had the chance to go to Phillip Island. It's on my bucket list. I guess I might be watching in World Superbike, but your thoughts, man?
I mean, I feel the same way as TJ. I don't think they should actually stop racing there. That's one of your iconic tracks. I mean, it's as Lewis said, though, it does the weather's unpredictable. You never know what the weather's going to bring there, but it's one of the iconic tracks. The way the layout is, and then the way they're coming across the front straightaway, it looks like you're just going completely down into the water. But it's an iconic track. It's like taking like one of the heart and souls away from the actual GP series. So, I don't think they should do it. I think they should actually keep that going and not take it away. It's going to feel weird without the Phillip Island.
Yeah, I agree as well. It's one of the tracks that's synonymous with a lot of the riders. A lot of great things happen for a lot of riders there, and it's Australia. Who doesn't like Australia? Guys,
races that have to fly 87 hours to get there don't like Australia.
Or races that fly in the seagulls.
Yeah. I mean, you got to remember the track has also had its fair share of issues, not just weather related, but it's been the track that's had shortened races because it destroys tires. It's had, shortened races because of other tire-related issues, heat issues, weather issues. I mean, it's a great looking track. It does make for really close racing, but overall, it's a problematic track on the schedule. It's probably one of the most expensive tracks for MotoGP to actually set up in because of the transport to Australia. Even if they do it as part of the flyaways while they're in Asia, it's not like a 3-hour trip from Japan to Australia. It's far, dude. Like it's far. And then transporting to Victoria Island is not easy because again, now we're on an island, so we have to fly into this area, then transport everything there. So logistically, it's not an easy track to have a race in. And Dorna did give Australia the opportunity to move it somewhere else, and they, the government kind of just balked on it. So at that point, you know what? Then no GP for you.
That's unfortunate. That's definitely unfortunate. All right, guys, let's jump into World Superbike. I mean, you heard Lewis say it, TJ. I mean, we have a reason to continue to start watching World Superbike, or is this what it sounds like? Unless Bulaga takes out Bulaga, it's going to be a Bulaga.
Of course. I mean, he's going to have to prove himself. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
When it comes to racing, it's not handed to you. I mean, Top Rock gave him that fuel, I think, to keep his passion to try to get that number one spot. Now he's kind of just left out there like, all right, now I have to do it. So, like, he's going to have to, a lot of racers you see getting injured, he's going to have to stay injured free. You're going to have to race smart. There's going to be sharks behind him. So he's going to have to, it's going to be exciting. Like, we can all predict that he's probably going to just take it away because, 3 races in a weekend, if he just gets on the podium all the time, it's just, that's what's going to happen. But, just want to see some other riders challenge him. Maybe like Sam Lowe's up there, Stefano Manzi, and
that's better.
Daniel Petrucci, Ika Lacavona up there fighting, and hopefully, we see, like I said, Miguel out there and a couple other guys fighting to the front. So,
all right.
Hopefully it doesn't come easy. That's what I'm saying.
Reese, man. Reese, you're the professional on this show. One of them. Does TJ have a case with Ika Lacavona, Manzi, Oliveira? Is there a case there for these guys to be the dark horse because they are the unknown since they are on new bikes or new to back in MotoGP? If you look at Manzi's new to the MotoGP World Superbike. Manzi's new. I'm thinking of Baltazari as well coming in. I mean, is TJ got a point?
I don't know if anybody's been watching the freaking testing, but I'm gonna call a spade, and no, TJ does not have a point. Like Bulaga was gone. And according to testing and according to lap time, it's gonna be a Bulaga show. It should be a Bulaga show. And from what I've heard, with even club racers, the new V4 more feel and a lot more stable in the corners with the double-sided spring.
Yeah.
So
it's a beautiful bike.
It's the problem.
Okay. All right. Man, I don't know. I guess I kind of disagree a little bit because, we see in MotoGP with testing how some of these guys, the senior guys, as we talked about last week, are not necessarily looking for the lap times. I mean, I guess, it's nice for Bulaga to go out there, but it's testing. I mean, these guys are new on the bike. I think it's more important to be more comfortable on the bike than it is to set the fast lap times in testing. I mean, isn't there a little bit of case there? Some of these guys could be holding out Manzi. I mean, he's on a Yamaha, but
So are you saying practice is important? Practice isn't important? Practice?
It's important for different purposes. For Bulaga, I think, and for Ducati, I think they have a good baseline already. You also got the MotoGP guys testing on that bike, so I'm pretty sure they're getting a lot of data from that as well. So you know what I mean. I think it's easier for Buliga to do that than to say a Manzi, than to say Petrucci, or obviously Oliveira and these guys. You know, at least those three guys, and Ikaluka Ono. I think will finish like 6th or something like that. So he always gets faster in races.
I mean, it is easier, but still, you know, we're looking at like Lewis said, practice is important. It's always going to be important. I mean, look at Marquez, who's always faster than practice in GP. Mark, right. Who's faster in race? Mark. Just
testing. A little bit, like, you know, you testing parts, right? I mean, you know, I
mean, you're testing parts, but you know, we're kind of still on the same bike. You know, kind of still on the same platform. Everything's kind of the same, just a new swing arm. Kind of a little bit of a new chassis, but still the same swing arm. So,
and when you're testing, you still need to test at speed, because you don't know how the bike's going to react unless you're trying to push it to the speed you want it to go. So it's not like you're going to go 3 seconds a lap slower in testing. You want to see if you can go 3 seconds a lap faster.
So what was the second guy in testing compared to? Do we know what the time is?
Lewis, can you look that up? I think it was on the web.
I'm trying to check myself.
6.
I don't have my laptop with me, so.
Nicola Buliga dominated Phillip Islands, running laps into 128s, 129s, and he swept the 2-day event.
Yep.
This was testing?
This was testing.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's what I remember.
So he's not taking it easy.
No, I think he did over 20 laps in that time.
So let me see who the second guy came in.
Because Garrett was 4th. I know Garrett was 4th.
All right. So now Lowe's actually. So here's the end of 2026 testing. So Nicola Buliga was 128.6. Sam Lowe's was next closest guy. He was 0.6 of a second slower. Okay. Baldassari was another 0.7 of a second slower. Bassini was almost 0.9 of a second slower.
All right.
Yeah, but 6/10, 20 laps, that puts you 18 seconds behind the leader, man.
Yeah.
So the leader can start wheeling last lap. He could do a stoppie, a wheelie, another stoppie, another wheelie, and you still finishing 5 seconds behind him.
Yo, he could actually stop, pull that wedgie out of his butt, wave to the crowd, and then go back.
Yeah. I do think it's going to be a little bit closer than you guys are predicting. I mean, I think that, you know, Buliga.
I think people need to,
but I think these guys are going to be pretty hungry.
Well, let's do it this way. How many of you are buying the World Superbike video package?
I already bought it
to watch it live.
I already bought it.
I got it.
I'm buying day by day, because if it starts getting running away, I'm buying it event by event, like every event. Like I buy this one, because if it starts getting over the hand, I'm like, I ain't even buying no more. It's over.
You're buying the half-season pass.
No, man. I don't think it's going to be that bad. We'll see. I think Manzi has something to prove. I think that. I can't even say Alvaro Batista, because we'll see, right? But I think Manzi has something to prove. I think the BMW guys, I think they're gonna override, not necessarily override, but I think they're gonna be close to what BMW did last year, and stuff like that. But let's talk about these other guys. I mean, you know, Alvaro is on a new team. I mean, is he top 8? What are we talking here, guys? We'll start with TJ.
Is he top 8? I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, he got the fight in him. I mean, obviously the weight issue, but I mean, he does know how to ride. He's getting a little older, but I think top 8 is solid. I mean,
Alvaro, I think Petrucci finished like 4th last year on that with that team.
Yeah, I mean, like, he got a lot of experience, and I mean, I think he still has a lot to prove as well. I mean, a lot of people are saying he got a lot of excuses behind him and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think he has a lot to prove. But yeah, top 8 I think is very solid for being on a new team. I mean, I'm just want to see who's going to be fighting behind Bulaga. Obviously, we're predicting him to win, so I want to see like who's the top 3, but I don't see Alvaro up there.
All right, man. Reese, man. I mean, you either got to stop recording or talk about Alvaro and some of these other guys. You know what I mean? And, just figure out, where we're going to meet up at Motor America. I mean, I said top 8 for Alvaro, but, I mean, he should finish top 5 on that bike. That bike finished top 4 last year. So, I mean, obviously it's a new bike, but still, same team.
Same team, but different rider. Every rider, has a different setup, different feel, rides a different way. Pushes a different way. It's not all the same. Plus, it's not the factory bike that has all the factory specs, all the factory goodies. So, I mean, I would give him top 8. He can finish top 5 here and there, but I would definitely give him a top 8.
Okay,
I'd definitely give him that.
All right. I mean, Lewis, what are you saying? He shipped him to America? I mean, what are you saying?
No. I mean, I'm looking at the teams right now. And I think Iker Lecuona is going to be up there towards the front on a Ducati, being Nicola Bulaga's teammate. I think he's going to move up. He did really well last year on a bike that everybody knows is not the greatest bike, but it's getting better.
I think if he stays healthy, he's top 3.
Yeah. I think the other one that's going to be interesting is who's going to pick up the slack at BMW. I think Miguel Oliveira probably is going to outperform Danilo Petrucci. I think he's coming. I think if I had to choose between the two of those, if I had one choice today, I get to pick one of those two riders to be my number one rider. I'm picking Oliveira all day. Right. As long as he doesn't get crashed into 50 times every weekend, because that's been his Achilles heel.
Petrucci did finish 4th.
On a different bike.
Yeah, I know, but so he has the pace.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but remember, a tool makes a big difference in how good you go. And now he's on a BMW. That top rack could go really fast in it, but I don't remember seeing a lot of other BMWs finishing on a regular basis in the top 8.
Got you.
So I think between those two, Oliveira, I think the Yamaha team is going to be looking at the back a lot of tail sections all year. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with the riders because Chave and Andrea are both great riders, but I think the Yamaha R1 just hasn't progressed. And everybody else kind of has. In the Sparks team, I would put Bautista, so that would put him in the top 8, definitely.
Okay, all right.
On the Biamoda team, I think Alex Lowe's is still going to be there, but I think Bassini is going to surprise some people because this is a kid that's got he's got the bit between his teeth, and he definitely has a lot to prove. He's young. He just wants an opportunity. So I see a lot of different faces in the top 8, not just the usual suspects.
Got you. Well, let's talk a little bit, with the rest of the gang. It'll be Yamaha. You mentioned there's what do we got? 4 Yamaha riders out there this year. I think Manzi might be the favorite, but you got Locatelli. He has something to prove. I'm trying to see who else.
And Remy Gardner.
And Remy, right? I mean, Remy has a lot to prove. I mean, he's a whole veteran now in the Superbike paddock. So, and I mean, if you look at all these guys that came over from Moto 2 or Moto GP, I think he's had the biggest struggle. It kind of makes you wonder if Tech 3 and KTM guys were kind of right because he's one of the few riders that struggled in World Superbike. But you got these 4 guys. I mean, is it the bike for these guys for 2026? Do they have a weapon that they can be top 4? We start with TJ.
I mean, they just need to figure out, like when they have to come down the straightaways, that top end speed. I mean, that's probably going to still be their Achilles heel. So if that can be fixed, I think Yamaha will probably do a better job than we think. But for sure, Manzi is probably the favorite. Locatelli definitely had a good year last year as well, a couple races. But I would say Manzi for me. But I think even if Manzi's doing great, they still would need that top end speed just to keep up. I feel like the Ducatis and the BMWs got that.
Right. If the Yamaha is a 6-shooter, I definitely want Manzi holding that gun too. he gonna hit everything with them bullets. What are you saying, Reese, for Yamaha? I mean, is it Manzi or some of these other guys like Locatelli, Gardner? They got to do something. Chavi's a new guy on the bike, so he may get a pass, but they got to do something. They got to be top 5, right? 4.
Yes and no. I mean, listen, I'm blue all the way, but we do lack on top speed. I mean, you can see that in the traps, and that does hurt. But there's a lot of times where, as World Superbike, it kind of does favor some of the tracks will favor the Yamaha. Where we can progress. Mm-hmm. And I definitely will give it to Manzi. Manzi is one of the top guys that is looking to actually produce the bike. I mean, I think Manzi can actually help get the bike to where it needs to be. He could help, get it up there a little bit, try to figure out something. I mean, you had Toprak that was there, but then Toprak left. But I think with Manzi, I think he's going to be doing something else. I think he can actually progress a little bit more than the Locatelli, than Gardner, than Chavi. I think he can actually progress that bike further.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think Manzi's the closest thing to a Bulaga. He's just on a Yamaha. I think if Manzi was on a Ducati, I don't know if it would be a far gone conclusion that Bulaga would run away with it.
No, because I know they do bounce. I know we hear on our end over here, they bounce a lot of ideas from us, and we bounce back and forth in ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pretty wild. So let's talk about the Honda boys. Jake Dixon, he's hurt. Sam Cat hurt. I think there's some other Hondas on that grid, isn't there?
When is Jake Dixon not hurt and Sam Cat needs to just go home?
Actually, I think that's it for Honda, bro. That's the whole team. The whole team is hurt. They might as well just go home.
Take your ball and go home.
Pack it up for the season. It's over.
If there's any omen, right?
That's the whole team.
Yeah, that's the whole team.
Honda, don't change riders. Don't change your MotoGP riders, Honda. You got 2 good riders for this year, next year. Don't mess around. We're not talking about MotoGP yet. Let's just let that marinate a little bit. But me and Luca is a good rider.
But they decided this, didn't they? Then the Honda decided to go over 2 new riders, and they got Sam Cat and Jake Dixon. Yeah. And now look, they're off to a terrible start.
That's what I'm saying. And what do you Lewis, Reese? I mean, you guys been on the other side. What do you do in a situation as a team? I mean, do you call up people from BSB or the Australian BSB or SBK, or what do you do if you're Honda?
Pray and bring out the Brinks truck.
I mean, it's a mix of a couple of different things. I mean, yes, there's some prayer. Who could we find at this point of the year that is a quality rider that's not just going to go out there and finish in the bottom half of the pat? Because
my guy Taka Nakagami.
Nakagami.
Oh my God.
Well, honestly, that's the first place you look is who are your test riders? Can I bring a test rider in? Because at least then I can do some testing on the bike and I can, do some development on the bike. So that's the first one is, do I have a quality test rider that can bring in? Honestly, man, if I had the opportunity, if I was Honda, I would go to Aleix Asparagus and be like, hey, you're our test rider. Do you want to spend a couple of weekends on our Superbike?
All right,
we're already paying you.
Yeah, we'll give you a Type R.
Yeah, we'll give you a RRRRRR Type R, and you come, do a couple of weekends and try to help develop this other Honda as well.
Yeah.
So that's where I would start, and then after that, I would look to see, who's available in the paddock that didn't get a ride. That's a quality rider that's looking for, doing a wild card and trying to come back in. And this is where relationships come into play. If you're a well-known rider in the paddock and you're known as somebody that doesn't crash and comes in and has a great attitude, these are the guys that go right to the top of the list.
Right. Oh, we forgot about Ray because Ray's a test rider for Honda now. So is it Ray going to be starting at Phillips?
Yeah.
I don't think his wife's going to be like. I think he promised his wife. I'm kind of. Yeah, I don't know, man. He might, but his wife is probably going to be like, remember that thing when you weren't supposed to ride, but now you're going to ride.
This is the sign. He tried to get out this
and
fall.
then he's like, well, here's the check they're going to give me. And she's like, oh, you better go ride.
As soon as she see that check, okay, all right now.
Me and the kids will be fine. You go do your little bike thing.
You can call up the Maniac.
Nah, dude, the Maniac is
on a bagger.
Yeah,
is on a bagger, and he doesn't. He's not the most well liked by all teams.
No, he's not.
So
right. So I was gonna say. So do they go for say all right, Ray's unavailable. Elish, wants the new 911. That's just way too much money. Do we go for retired guys? Do we go for the super sport? Again, do we look at other classes?
You got to find somebody that doesn't have a contract, because if somebody already has a contract, that other team's not going to want to give them up. So you have to find somebody that doesn't have a ride, that's either retired, a test rider, or a really quality rider that just doesn't have a ride this year, because that happens every year. There's guys racing around right now in the CEV and the Italian Championship that are super stock superbike champions in these series. They just don't have a ride in World Superbike.
Best thing to do is, like Lewis said, just look at your test riders, because you're already paying them. They're already your test riders. Hey, we need you to ride, because I guarantee in their contract it tells them they got to do something. If come down to it, they may need you to call up.
Oh, man.
Plus, they already have a suit. Matches the bike.
There you go.
Yep.
You already got the suit for sure. Let's talk about Bitmotor and Kawasaki. We got Lowe's, we got Bassani, and we got Gerloff. What do they got to do this year? I mean, we kind of gave them a pass last year, but is it? I mean, there's only one Lowe's brother on a green machine, so we can't blame all the riders. What does Kawasaki got to do this year? TJ,
win some races, be top 5 or something like that. Get a pole or something. They gotta be relevant, and it's good that Garrett is still sticking with them. Where switching with one team, you can still continue to improve and don't have to start from scratch. So hopefully that's an advantage. But they need more speed and to get on some podiums. I think that's what they need.
Right.
And promoter, I think for sure. I think last year was their first year. I think in World Superbike. I'm not sure, but I think they're definitely on to something. They should have a much better year than last year with more things figured out. So it's pretty interesting to see what they can do besides the other classes.
It will be interesting, but Reese, when your rider comes out and kind of downplays the expectation of top 2 to more like top 6, is that a good sign? Are they? Because I think Lowell came out and said that I think we could do something. I don't know if we can keep up with Bulaga, but I think we can do something. I mean that's not a good look, right?
It's really, it's not a good look. You should have all the faith in your crew and your team at all times, But he was setting real expectations, especially for a brand new bike coming out that hasn't been out. But are they really new? Because their power plant is pretty much a Cowie, so it's really not a good look though. It's just as a team, you don't really. It's like you're showing no faith in us right now. So, but I get what he was doing. He's just setting a real expectation with a new bike, new chassis, new everything. He's setting the real, real expectation for everybody. Hey, don't expect too much.
Right.
Like TJ said, Cowie just need to show face.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely need to show face, because a lot of people don't know the only team that's Cowie is that Cowie team that Garrett's on. That's the only Cowie team, and it's factory supported. It's not like a full factory team. It's and Garrett's the only one on a superbike. The rest is super sports.
Right. Lewis, man, what are your thoughts on Cowie and that what we've just been talking about as far as Reese and TJ? Also, with Gerloff, man, because I mean, it's when it's tough, because you got to be thinking about the future. Even though you're racing this current season, you got to see this current season when there's only one bike on the grid. It doesn't give you the same comfort as if there was like two bikes on the grid. Because where else can he go? Maybe he already left BMW. He was with Yamaha. I guess the only place he hasn't gone is Ducati. So I mean, he's in a Honda. Yeah, he could go to Honda too for sure. He's sort of in a if they don't win, in a tough situation, right? Because he has to get some podiums, if not win.
I mean, the sad part about the situation is, if you kind of understand the history here, is Kawasaki bought controlling stake in Biamoda, and then they went racing with a Biamoda chassis with the Kawasaki engine. And pretty much Kawasaki kind of just, I'm not going to say they completely threw up their hands and quit World Superbike, but you only have one factory ZX10. The ZX10 used to be the dominating bike in World Superbike. Like Jonathan Ray used to crush people. And, again, maybe it's this Japanese mentality where they just kind of stopped caring about leader bikes. Honda's starting to care a little bit more now, but Yamaha's been pushing the same bike out there for like 72 years now. Kawasaki is more or less the same bike. I mean, this year they made, not just bold new graphics. They didn't do the Suzuki thing. They actually did redesign the bike a little bit to give it a little more power, a little bit more this, a little bit more that, but it's not a true ground up development of a bike. It's still more or less the same ZX10 with some new pieces. But when you're out there by yourself, you don't have a teammate, you don't have a second person to try things with. So every practice session is also your only testing session, because you're not going to get other data to compare. Right. You can't really compare the Biamoda data to your data because the chassis is completely different. So it works differently than your bike. So even if you do get information from them, it really doesn't apply directly to your bike, because it's not the same swing arm. It's not the same frame. It's not the same triple tree. It's not the same geometry. Like, you can't get it to be what a Biamoda is. So whereas Biamoda has two guys that can kind of feed back into the animal, Garrett Gerloff's out there like, dude, he's a one-man show. He's running out there. I mean, I'm surprised they don't have him changing his own tires, because that's really the next step of just embarrassing this guy, because the dude has talent, but he's the only guy out there on this bike. It doesn't seem like Kawasaki is investing in them at all. And for me, a win for Garrett Gerloff is if he can, out of the 12 races this year, I think there's 12 weekends. Out of the 12 weekends, if he can get 50% of the time a top 12 finish, that's a W for Kawasaki.
Okay.
Because for the amount of money they're investing, that's really all Kawasaki even deserves as a company. It's embarrassing. Like, Honda only has two bikes out there, but at least they have two bikes out there. And at least they paid to have two quality guys join the team, even though they're both on injured reserve. They did put up the money. They put up the bikes. They have two guys. They brought two quality guys, hoping that they didn't get hurt. Right. So Honda's invested, but Kawasaki is just like minimal effort to even show up. I mean, this is literally one step above a club racing effort that Kawasaki is putting in, is my feeling. And I hope that Gerloff is able to stay in the paddock, walk around the paddock, talk to other teams, and hopefully next year sign to another team, because Kawasaki is just not the place to be, man.
Yeah, right. No, I agree. It's tough to watch and see, and we see what the folks on the Motor GP side are trying to do to bring more Americans in. Should they be throwing some of that money in the World Superbike, guys?
I mean, last time I heard, I know Garrett wanted to come home. He was ready to come home.
Okay.
He was ready to race Motor America.
I mean, go ahead, TJ.
No, I mean, I was just when he was on BMW, and they had, I think, like 4 bikes at the time or something like that. And he just struggled to get in the contract, and then he landed on Kawasaki, luckily. But I'm still glad he's in there. But I agree with you, Lewis. Like, the way they're treating Kawasaki right now is just not a good look. And I can just understand how Garrett would actually feel for all the effort you got to put in, and still you ain't putting that effort the same on the other end, So what Reese was saying that he wants to come home. I kind of believe that, but I just hope it don't happen.
Right. No, I hear you there. I mean, I wish Cam Bobia was still in Moto 2 as well. I mean, it's good to see more Americans. I mean, it's tough because you got to make that sacrifice and be away from family. And Reese and Louis, you guys know that all too well. Traveling, so I mean, the grind does get does grind you down after a little bit. You know what I mean? So. We got a little bit of talk about before we get out of here. So I guess let's move to MotoGP and Andre None and that signage and what do we think is going to happen for the Moto GP bagger series? Is it going to be a hit better than the Moto E? What are your thoughts, guys?
I think a bagger series is going to be a hit. Just the way it is evolved over here in America, and now Moto America is more revolved around the bagger series. I think it's just going to be something crazy. So I think it's going to be a good hit. I'm excited to see how this all turns out.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I saw a Harley that was $110,000 with Oleans on it, man. I mean, come on, Reese. I mean, we can't say the Panigale is the most expensive bike anymore. That goes fast. You agree with TJ? This is going to be a win for MotoGP.
I mean, it can be, yes. I mean, it can still be a win. I mean, but MotoGP is MotoGP. I mean, it doesn't really need any help on its own. It's a standalone thing. It did help, Bagger Series did help here in America and then put more fans in the seats and got a different viewing on it. But is it really racing or is it just an oil fest?
It's really racing, even if there's oils. Because
my question is, you don't want a sport bike, but you want your big fat pig to be a sport bike.
I mean, listen, we got trucks racing and car racing nowadays, right? We got a truck series.
We do.
And at first we thought it was weird. Then they brought the semis out, and we see them racing now, and they're doing tricks and all that. Now we see people racing the school buses.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I get it. I get the concept of it. I'm like, I can't knock it because it's bringing in a ton of money. But to crash one of them things at over $1 million just to put one of them together, you are insane.
Come on, man. It's like going to the spot. Just let it rain, man.
Yeah, that's going to the ER. I'm going to have a heart attack after I crash.
What are your thoughts? I see the numbers just coming out of your ears. $1 million, one crash. Diversify.
Well, the problem is that, I'm not going to say that we've completely engulfed the entire sport bike community, but we have saturated the racing game has saturated as much of the sport bike community as it can. There's still a huge section of the sport bike community and sport bike riders that do not watch any racing at all.
I know. They're not real.
And it blows my mind that they don't they ride sport bikes. They do everything else. They have no idea who a racer is. They've never seen a race or anything. And this is what I look at as the V-twin market. 50% of all motorcycles sold are V-twins. They're cruisers. This is a giant amount of people. And these people are invested in their motorcycles just as much as sport bike guys, if not more so. Right. There's not a lot of sport bike guys that will pack all their shit up and drive across the country to hang out for a week in Daytona, driving up and down the same street, getting tickets for having loud motorcycles, just to be with other people that have the same bikes they have. They just won't. So this is a huge market. We're giving a product that's specifically targeted at this market, and the numbers don't lie. When Harley Davidson showed up and they did the bagger race 2 years ago at COTA, the attendance was almost 20%, 26% higher than it was last year when Harley Davidson didn't show up.
Right.
So that was proof in the pudding to Dorna. hey, this is what this is bringing in the US. Now, the litmus test is going to be how will the Europeans adapt to it? Because in Europe, Harley Davidson is a desired motorcycle. If you have a Harley Davidson in Europe, you're a big deal. Like, you know, like the Harley Davidson is the equivalent of somebody here having a Ducati Panigale. It's like, ooh, that guy's got a Ducati.
Okay.
It's a shitbox, but he's got a Ducati. In Europe, it's the same thing. Oh, that guy's got a Harley Davidson. He's got money. Look at that. He parked a Harley Davidson next to 7,000 Vespas. So it's a unique thing. So if they adopt it and they take it to heart, and again, the litmus test is going to be when they race in Spain and when they race in Italy. Okay. If the fans in Spain and Italy get behind it, and if Harley Davidson is going to invest the way they're going to invest to try to make a Harley Davidson village in these races and try to bring more fans, it will do really, really well. It'll go from being the sideshow freak of the event to eventually being as important as Moto2, Moto3 as a support series.
I think at first it may get some snickering and stuff like that. But I think when they start to see the lap times and they look at what sport bikes are doing for lap times, I think that just like we saw here, it's just kind of like, oh, they only like a second or so off of a super sport bike. Yep. You have to kind of, even though they, as Reese saying, it's spitting out a quart of oil and drinking 10 gallons of gas.
I mean, it's only 6 laps for a reason.
For real. That's all it's got in it. After 6 laps, it's going to blow up.
The motor has only got 8 laps at the most. So you got your pit out, you got your sighting lap, you got your warm-up lap, you got your sit lap, and then the motor's ready to explode. But in those 10 circles around the track, if you get, I mean, I don't know what the grid size is right now, but if you get 25 baggers out on the grid, it's going to look impressive, man. Because 25 baggers take up as much space as 40 sport bikes when you look at the size of these bikes. And let's say you get 3 baggers going down the front straight at Mugello.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well, I mean, I think it's going to be the tracks that got the narrow chicanes is going to be the issue. Like when they go to Bolton and some of these places, we'll see if they'll be able to make them turns or at what speed they can make those turns and stuff like that.
Well, they're going to Circuit of the Americans, Mugello, Assen, Silverstone, Aragon, and Austria.
Okay, all right.
So they picked these specific tracks for certain reasons.
Yeah.
Attendance, eyeballs, and by keeping them all in Europe, they can keep the cost down because they don't have to fly these things to Malaysia, Japan, and all these other countries. So they do one race here in the US, they bring everything to Europe, and then they just truck everything from event to event around Europe. Italy, Netherlands, UK, Spain, Austria. You can get there driving. You don't have to fly these giant bikes in a plane.
And so let me ask, and I assume the Bagger Series in the US is still going to continue?
Yes, so the Bagger Series is continuing as its own thing, just as the Bagger Series. So that's why Kyle Wyman, for instance, you would think a guy that's won as many races as he won, a championship as he won, would be a natural move to the World Bagger League. However, he's not. He's going to stay here in the US because for Harley Davidson, it's important to keep winning the championship here, and he's their go-to guy. You know, he's been the guy flying this Harley Davidson bagger flag since day one.
Right. All right. We got to hear. What do you guys think of that $110,000 Harley? I mean, besides, it's a good place to take a hot bath with all that oil.
Is it $110,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. The CVO, whatever.
Yep. The CVO race for just like orange and black or something. It's like 110 grand.
Yeah, bro.
What is it? The frame? What's up?
Yo. $110,000 Harley, man. I'll buy myself a fleet of Gixxers and crash them all day and still have 800 Gixxers to go.
That's what I'm talking about.
I just keep rolling Gixxers out of the trailer all day. I won't even pick them up. Yo, I don't even want it back.
That's right.
One and done.
And they still ride good.
Like a set of tires.
He said, "I'll get a fleet of Jixes."
We always get our hate. I know you guys Jixes too, but that was a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Jixer guy, so I'm talking real talk.
It doesn't take away from the aftermarket community by doing that. When you put a bike together, sort of like what we're seeing with the car industries now, you can get vehicles with TVs in them and all lowered and wheels and everything. So, is this? I mean, you think about all these Harley aftermarket places and stuff like that. Do they look at this and go, "What are we gonna do?" Or they just got to step their game up to compete, or they just mark their pricing up to compete?
Wait, so is this the race Harley that's marked at 110,000, or are they just
like a street bike? I'm looking at it right now.
It's a street bike. It's a street bike.
They are.
And there's one that there's a YouTuber who has one with Oleans on it, and it looks pretty good, man.
It's a street bike that's made the concept from racing. It's literally sitting there. I'm like, what the heck? How much? 110 grand? Who's buying this?
Yeah, no.
I mean, there's a lot of people that already put close to 100 grand in their regular street glides, right? So I mean,
if you got the money just to have it, yes.
20 wheels, you just 17 in front wheel.
Yeah,
I ain't crashing that.
Harley guys do invest in their bikes. I mean, if you look at how many guys do custom paint job, custom chroming, custom body work, sound system, stereo system, lighting, LED. Like when you go to Daytona Bike Week and you'll see like guys out there that probably invested $30,000 or $40,000 into their bike. Like we used to have a saying, "Hey son, I can't give you braces because I'm gonna put chrome on my Harley." And it's kind of like the culture of Harley Davidson guys. They will invest a ton of money into a bike that's not worth that much money.
Yeah. And said they got a savings. They made
and then I got this on it. 153 horsepower, $110,000, man. I'm sorry, man.
You know what that means? Just make sure you have your toolkit handy because it's probably going to vibrate, lose a bolt or something going down the highway. Something's going to happen.
I gotta look into this.
That's an expensive boat. It'll be 10 grand for a boat.
100. I bought myself that trailer home that I wanted, man.
110 grand. I can buy a couple of R1s and still be good to go.
Right.
Can you get that on a 30-year mortgage?
Just get two.
Probably could.
V4Rs for me, just two V4Rs, but still.
I just don't want the service on the V4. I don't want to do the Desmo service. I'm like, nah, sell this thing.
Wow. Well, you know what, man? I guarantee you Harley Davidson will sell.
They're going to sell out.
They're a limited number. How many are they making?
They're going to sell out of those things. They're going to sell out.
Units.
Yeah.
They're going to sell out. They sold out probably right now.
Hold on a second.
Yes. 131 units.
I guarantee you they sold out.
That's like $1.8 million.
So if they sell all of those, they're making just over $14.5 million selling 131 units, man.
Jeez.
That's not a bad day at the office.
No. I guarantee you they didn't probably sold either out by now or sold majority of them things with deposits.
I can see hardcore Harley Davidson guys that have money in their pockets, because we get the same thing even on our end. We'll get guys, that Rossi limited edition suit and helmet that we did that are numbered from 1 to 46. We sold out of those.
Wow.
And those things were like $40,000-$50,000 for a suit and a helmet in a glass case, just because it was signed and numbered and limited. Like we sold them out.
Yeah, so like the H2, the Cowie H2, that bike, it's pretty expensive. Like a lot of people got them, but I ain't spending that much for H2.
Anything limited, somebody's gonna buy it. When it's limited and it's like a rare, they're gonna buy it.
Yep.
That's what everybody wants. They just want something rare and limited.
Well, listen, man, if I get a spin on one, I'll definitely take it and see what it's like, because it got to be a little impressive.
Until it spits out that oil.
I'm sure it comes with a decent warranty.
There you go.
You know it has to.
$110,000. They better come to my house and pick it up.
So what do you just go to a regular Harley dealership? Be like, hey, something's not working.
Here's my $22,000 deposit.
Yeah, something like that. I think it's, well, I don't know. It might be 0% financing, but
that sounds like a Ducati right there. All y'all limited edition bikes coming out and everything limited for y'all.
Hey, listen, the other manufacturers are learning. I mean, that they're seeing what works, and I don't know if I think Harley, I give them credit, right? Because when the Bagger Series started, I remember when they were testing that Black Hawk, and we were out there running with CCS Azure, and I'm like, what are they doing? I'm like, that's not gonna work. And look now. So it's pretty impressive, and they are capitalizing, and that was in MotoGP. So it doesn't get there's no bigger stage for motorcycle racing than that. So we'll see, man. Club races might stop with more Harleys and than R6s.
Yeah, you don't want to go Harley racing.
I don't think so, man.
You don't want to go Harley racing.
You'd be building engines all the time.
For real.
How many people does it take to get it off the stand?
Probably like 3. That heavy bike. You're like, we're good. Leave this thing.
Either way.
I mean,
TJ, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, how much weight is really shaved off on the Harley though, compared to like the street bike? I've seen the Moto America version, so obviously you can tell a lot of weight is shaved. So I know it's still a heavy bike.
It's still heavy. All that bike is really.
I know it's still heavy.
It's just plastic. It's just literally. It's just plastic. All of it.
So the quarter weight 785 pounds, including fuel.
Wow, jeez. All right.
And then like a street is like close to 1,000, right? 900 or something.
No, that's the street. That's the CVO Road Glide RR.
Okay.
I think the Moto America bikes are right at like 625 or so. Like they're still heavy. I mean, they take the bags off. Those bags are hollow carbon fiber bodywork, but it's still 600 something. Like the motor on that thing is still a V twin. Like it's still a steel motor. Thing is,
no doubt.
Oof. Well, hey, if they can do it, Harley Davidson needs a couple wins. They had a rough couple years. They've lost a lot of momentum. They closed a lot of dealerships. They have a new CEO and new management team. So hopefully they can kind of turn things around over there, because Harley Davidson is 50% of the U.S. motorcycle market realistically.
Right.
Unfortunately,
So it's important for them to stay healthy, because if they're not healthy, overall the motorcycle industry kind of feels that little shake. The rising tide floats all boats, but the sinking tide does start to sink other ships as well.
No doubt. Speaking of, we're gonna get out of here, guys, because there's more to talk about. I want to thank all the folks that are following, liking, subscribing, commenting, putting Lewis to work, got him explaining things, got the graph out,
apologizing,
all that fun stuff. We appreciate it. It makes us know we're doing the right things. We have some cool things coming down the pipeline, so keep it locked. My name is Rex45. It's the Be Forever Cool podcast. I want to thank Reese from Attack Yamaha, the real Luis Ortega, the numbers guy, TJ with 2 Wheels and Coffee. Peace.
Peace.